Ladies and gentlemen, welcome to Coverage Awareness Studios. This is your host, Justin Ames Gamache. So, welcome here. I'm just rocking out my Sigma Alpha Pi shirt from the NSLS Honor Roll Society. That's right, I'm a member of the Honor Roll Society of the National Society of Leadership and Success. Welcome, ladies and gentlemen, here to the host. So, this video is going to be about store closings and food shortages. As scary as it might seem, food shortages are happening around the country, everywhere, every store, including Walmart. What is happening? Where is the food going? And I'm going to give my little perspective here as to where the food is going or where I think the food is going. And then I'm going to give a little perspective of the truth of what has happened within the last few years in 2020. Because we all know 2020 was not the best of years for all of us. But we do know that the coronavirus was simply just a traumatic event that hurt us all. Okay, so basically, food shortages, stores closing, even Walmart, the richest family in the world that owns a brand store named Walmart is closing their doors in areas that don't have enough foot traffic. And I will share these links in the comments below. Walmart. I'm going to search it right now while I'm on this because this is live video feed. Walmart closing stores due to lack of foot traffic. Now, we all know that and it is true. Corey Sprout says, not what you think. Walmart is closing stores suddenly due to two reasons. This is interesting. So why is this article saying that? Is Walmart closing stores in 2022? Let's see what it says. In the article here, this is a completely new article, new website. I've never heard of it before. Website is called Quarry Sprout. And the title of the article is Walmart closing stores? Not what you think. As one of the world's biggest retailers, Walmart has merged to keep up with changes in retail sector. However, the most recent trends is the retail market have caused panic among consumers, with most of them asking, is Walmart closing the stores? Of course, I don't really care what Walmart does, but anyways, there's been a recent surge of online shopping. Everybody shops online. Typical. You don't have to spend gas. You don't have to spend money on gas. You just go on Amazon or Walmart.com or whatever site you go on and buy what you need to do. The need to deep clean some stores. So they're trying to do something between the two. And we all know 2020 had an effect, and we all know the coronavirus has an effect on certain stores in this country. I'm not even going to share the article. I'm just going to let you look it up because this is about my perspective, and I don't let other people or other articles intervene with my perspective because my perspective is very developing. My perspective is about getting out there and seeing all the different views that is going on in the world. But here we are, ladies and gentlemen, understanding the truth that food shortages are happening, and they are happening around the country and around the world. Of course, Walmart is a major company, but it's finally hitting them, and they're finally going to go under, just like every other retail store that's happened in the past. I don't know if anybody ever remembered the store Richie's or Ames. That was another one. Ames was another popular store, and they were mainly clothing and toys and games and electronics. Richie's was the same way, but Richie's was more, it was between Ames and Richie's was more like Target, and Ames was like Walmart. But then Ames was like this big, they were a big popular store back then in the days, and they bought out a store called Zayre, and unfortunately, that was a big mistake for Ames. And they went under and they fell. And then businesses took over the property at like Home Depot, pretty much bought out all of the Ames retail stores. But, anyways, now we have, I mean, even Kmart struggled between the battle between Walmart and Target because everybody wanted Walmart and everybody wanted Target. The rich people went to Target and the poor people shop at Walmart. Of course, we all know that the big story here is Walmart and Target are still battling it out. You know, the rich people will go to Target and the poor people will go to Walmart. Walmart is doing a hell of a job of getting their money's worth. I'll tell you that right now. But anyways, onto the food shortages. Of course, we're not going to really have. We might have a clothing shortage, but nobody really wants to buy clothing right now. Nobody is really into buying electronics. I can admit, I love a good computer and I love a good technology, and technology is like leap beyond our expectations in this world. But if I'm gonna go buy technology, I'd rather stop at Office Depot or Best Buy. Best Buy is a technology store, or Staples for another one. That's the third one. Matter of fact, most of the things I bought that I'm using here were bought between two stores, Best Buy and Staples. The monitor, the webcam, and desktop. And this whole thing was bought online from musicians.com. So, anyways, on to the store closings. Keep an eye out, people, because it's happening. It's happening everywhere. It's happening across the country. Now, on my Facebook page, I actually predicted this was going to happen. And probably the mid 2022 into 2023 is when things are going to start getting even worse. And that people is strangely weird. We have companies like Amazon. That's probably one of the most biggest companies, but anyways, we have the top few billionaires who are spending their money on building bunkers because of what is going to happen. They don't know what is going to happen, so they're going to build a safe thing, a safe place so they can go underground, be free from all the people in society because they think that some big thing is going to happen. Now, get this, right? Get this. This is before my time. I was born in the 80s. I'm an 80s baby right here, right now. So before my time, I think my parents would remember this. Might happen before them. They actually had a big scare about the big volcano in Yellowstone, saying it's going to erupt. Oh no, it's going to erupt. And everybody fled and everybody stocked up and everybody was preparing to go underground because they needed to be protected from this big volcano that was going to erupt. Nothing happened then. We're still alive today. I'm going to say stay free, people. Keep your minds open. The media is kind of at the point to where they're confusing. Right now, they're kind of concentrated on the big Will Smith and Chris Rock. You know what I mean? The great slapping of 2022. The algorithm will pick that up in a heartbeat. But yeah, people. The world right now is crazy, and every human being is just trying to connect with another human being to get a point across, to understand psychological development of the human mind. Meditate, people, meditate. I'm going to say go read a book, but books really don't provide that much knowledge. Books are great, don't get me wrong. I'm an educated person. I have 4 college degrees, going for a 5th one in psychology. And I'm not going to deter you away from books. Definitely not going to do that. Definitely not going to deter you away from watching movies and watching television shows. You do what you want. We live in a free society. We live in a free world. You have the choice to do whatever you want. Simple as that. But to understand this, the facts, the truth, and the understanding, why are stores closing? Why is there a food shortage? What is going on? And I'm going to tell you this right now. In 2020, we had the coronavirus. That had a big deal on us. It shut down a lot of production, and a lot of that production came from overseas. And a lot of that production are still stuck on the coastlines, waiting to come in because of the coronavirus. And now we have different strains of the coronavirus. So, meanwhile, all these shipping containers are stuck out seas. We are suffering here on land. You get that? We're suffering. And it sucks. It truly sucks. But I'm going to tell you this. I'm going to tell you this right now. There's a lot more going on than just these companies trying to bring in our products to the United States, because today most of the products are imported from other countries, which is great. Nothing against that. But because of the coronavirus, it kind of just like halted that. And then came to the point to where people were like, there's better things going on in this world. Maybe, just maybe, we are, what's the word that I'm trying to get at? All the workers that brought this food in, that are growing this food, that are packaging this food, that are, to the truckers that are still doing their job, and to the truckers that left their job because they're saying, hey, there's better things out there. We could do better, obviously. People just don't want to work anymore. They're seeing it as If we go to work, are we going to be forced to be vaccinated? Are we going to be forced to do some kind of thing that is against our will and violates our rights? I can tell you this right now. It's a crazy world out there. It's an unfair world, true. But there's a lot more. And there's a lot more than just going to work, paying bills, and then coming home. We have to sleep, eat, sleep, shower, go to bed, get up in the morning, eat, take a shower if you want, go to work, come home, repeat it all over again. There's a lot more than just that in this life. Life isn't about going to work, paying bills, and then expecting to be free. That's not what life's about. You're already free. I vote to restrict politicians from creating more laws. As a matter of fact, I revoke politicians from creating more laws. I revoke judicial authority. I revoke qualified immunity. So we have 2020 coronavirus, number one. Remember all the toilet paper was gone? Facts. And then 2021 came. We got a new president. Then we had the scam. And it grew and grew. People were getting money, stimulus checks, 600. I think we got 300, 600, 1,400. They didn't really give us a lot of stimulus checks. And now all of a sudden we have inflation. Well, I'll just have inflation and we'll get the money back somehow. Some other way we'll get the money back. Because we'll make everybody pay because everybody is in it together. So inflation. So we have lack of people working because of 2020 because people are finding that, their job just isn't worth it. We have the stimulus checks, which created a inflation, and the stimulus checks started in Trump's era. Rising of prices, inflation, high gas prices, inflation, and now we have this Russia-Ukraine deal. Then we have the mass media production, which feeds everybody lies every single day, propagandizing, and it's just sad. It's horribly sad how we just can't do anything about it. And these politicians go along their merry way, doing absolutely zip of a job to care for anybody, to care for student loans or students of America. They just don't care, folks. They don't care at all. And it's sad. And it's time for these politicians to just back the fuck off. I'm not a Trump fan, but right now, I think I would vote for Trump just because it's worth it. I'm not a Biden fan, but I would also vote for Biden in a heartbeat. I don't really care anymore who I vote for. I personally feel, and to the extent of my knowledge, I believe that this country end. 250 years. And it's pretty much done. So, yeah, these politicians are fucked. I really don't care about if you're Republican or Democrat. I just don't give a fuck. I don't. Because I'm sick and tired of the bullshit on television. So I don't watch TV anymore. And that's just my personal perspective. And my perspective is worth it. It's unique. People should understand that. People should follow. People should understand that there's more to life than just waking up and going to work every single day. Politicians suck. We all know that. Life does not suck, but only in the aspect of where there are certain individuals who will say life sucks. That's okay. Everybody has a personal perspective on that mindset. And that's great. I'm happy that everybody has their own perspective. And I'm happy that everybody grows and can be free and can be truthful and can be speaking their mind and using their freedom of speech and using their voice without getting smacked up beside the head. I'm a fan of Will Smith. I can admit it. I don't really follow Chris Rock. But to both, where Will Smith was like, okay, I'm condoning violence. I'm not condoning, I don't want to be violent. It's not my character. But then that didn't age well for them, and he uses violence on somebody else. Sadly, the media has picked up that, and it's just horrible. So stores are closing, food shortages are happening around the country, including eggs. Now, if you haven't already turned vegan, and I suggest you do, I'm sorry, it's just my personal perspective. I'm just a vegan. I believe I'm pro vaccinated. I'm pro choice on the vaccination, pro vaccine, pro choice. So everybody has a choice, but I'm also for the vaccine. So the freedom of choice on it all. I'm also vegan and I eat a plant-based diet. And I've been doing it for 10 years. I don't mean to preach, but I'm going to tell you this right now. Chicken, beef, anything that comes from a chicken like eggs, there's a big shortage around the country. Why? I can't really say. I can't really answer that question. But I could tell you this right now, it might have something to do with legislation and the farming factories being shut down to support chicken. And next will be beef. Next will be pig. It's going to happen, folks. No matter whether we like it or not. It doesn't matter who we vote for, whether it's Republican, Democrat, Green Party, Libertarian. Ooh, my rights. Ooh, Libertarian. It doesn't matter. It really doesn't. It does not matter. It's going to happen, and we're going to be forced to live to certain circumstances when we're going to have to look for certain foods, including depending on making our own food and building our own garden. And that's the only way. That is the only way, ladies and gentlemen. I think I've done pretty much long here for this almost 25-minute video live feed. Thank you for the person who thumbed this video up. I did see that, and I do appreciate people who come here. And if you haven't already subscribed, do it. Come here, subscribe. I'm going to try my best to talk about my perspective and possibly maybe include other people's perspective into this video or into a discussion board, shall we say, where we all come together. We all like, Hey guys, what's up? So, anyways, this video is brought to you by Flying Embers. 7.2% black cherry. And here we go. Ready? Listen, listen. Oh, listen to that. Oh, yeah. And it's a big one, too. It's good stuff. Ooh, man, that one went down the wrong tube. So, yeah. Cheers, my folks. Be healthy, be free, use your voice. Don't be violent, be peaceful, and stand up for what is right. But please, don't be violent, be free. Use your freedom of speech. Freedom of speech comes before the Second Amendment. Please, folks, be kind to one another. Do whatever you have to do. Just do not act violently. I can vouch for it. I have never acted violence in my life. We shall proceed from there. Cheers. It's good stuff. Peace out, everybody.